Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to show you, I've been doing this for probably about 15 years now. I enjoy playing with my game, the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right now you're looking at my first airplane that I usually fly, which is the Cessna 152. And right now we are situated at Vancouver International Airport in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I'm going to go for a nice little fly over to Boundary Bay Airport. So, without further ado, I will get into the cockpit. There we go. We are inside my plane. Set everything that I need to do. Let's turn on the engines. First thing we're going to do is turn on the engines. And we're going to set my navigation to GPS. I always like to do that before I leave for a flight. And everything seems to be okay. I already pre-warmed up my plane. Up in the upper left-hand box here, that is going to show me where the outside of the aircraft. We're going to be following it. So, let's get clearance to taxi over to go to Boundary Bay.
Vancouver ground, Cessna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, with Yankee. Request taxi for takeoff, south, departure. Cessna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, taxi to and hold short of runway 286 Alpha using taxiway Foxtrot Alpha.
Okay, seeing how 26 Alpha is no longer in use, I'm going to be switching to runway. I'm going to go to runway 26 left.
Vancouver ground, Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, get runway 26 left. Cessna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, taxi to and hold short of runway 286 left using taxiway Foxtrot Charlie, Delta 5 Delta. Contact tower on 119.55 when ready. Taxi, hold short, runway 26 left via taxiway Foxtrot Charlie, Delta 5 Delta. Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo.
Okay, we're clear to taxi. Release the parking brake. See where we're going. Okay. I can look outside and see where my plane is going. Check my flaps, rudder, ailerons. Good. Everything's good. Follow the taxi line out to take off to the runway. On the lights. Flaps down. Contact tower for departure.
Vancouver Tower, Cessna, Charlie, Romeo,
Okay, look, left, right, make sure there's no planes on the runway, and we'll begin our taxi out. Go to the center line. And away we go. Got a little bit of a crosswind today, so I have to compensate with a little bit of rudder. And there we go. We're up in the air. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to climb to about 1,500 feet. Flaps up. There's Vancouver International Airport off to my right, sorry. One thing I love about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the scenery in here is exceptionally correct. And off to my left is Richmond. Okay. Now I'll begin my left turn. Start heading over towards Boundary Bay Airport, where we'll be landing on runway 30. The path I'm going to be taking, I'll be going over towards Tsawwassen, and then once I reach Tsawwassen, I will begin my approach to Boundary Bay Airport via runway 30. And right now we're at 1,100 feet. We're going to be climbing until I reach about 1,500 feet. And that'll be suffice for the flight over to the short flight over to Boundary Bay Airport. It should take only roughly about 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm approaching about 100 knots. Just cut back on the power a little bit. And approaching 1,500 feet, so I can level off. I could switch over to my autopilot, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to fly this thing myself. It's not too bad. It's only about an 8-knot wind, so it's quite reasonable to fly. And off to my left is the beautiful city of Richmond.
Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. You are leaving my airspace. Frequency change group.
Okay, I gotta switch over to Vancouver approach.
Vancouver approach. Cesna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. This type, Cessna, Skyhawk, 4 miles south of Vancouver. Request flight following. Cessna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Vancouver approach. Squawk 0312. Squawk 0312. Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Radar contact 4 miles south of Vancouver. 1,600, altimeter 2983. Copy. Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo.
Okay, as soon as I get to the ferry terminal, which is straight ahead, you can see Roberts Bank and the ferry terminal just straight ahead of us. We're actually past Richmond. There's Steveston. I'll go to an outside view and you can see the detail of the scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator. As you can see there and behind us, that's Vancouver. Oh.
Vancouver approach. Cessna Charlie Romeo Juliet Romeo with you 1,800. Cessna Charlie Romeo Juliet Romeo 6 with approach. Roger. Altimeter 2983.
And there's Vancouver International Airport behind me and downtown Vancouver, and like I say, the scenery is just impeccable. Like, it's so exact, it's crazy. So, now that we're past Richmond, I can actually contact Boundary Bay Airport to request the landing. So I go to my nearest airport list and I contact Boundary Bay and Boundary Bay Tower, request a full flight, full landing.
Boundary Bay Tower, Cessna Charlie Romeo Juliet Romeo is 6 miles west with Bravo to land. Cessna Charlie Romeo Juliet Romeo, Boundary Bay Tower, take left downwind, runway 30, altimeter 2983. Line left, traffic runway 30.
Okay.
Romeo Juliet Romeo.
We're clear to enter Boundary Bay airspace and we'll be landing on runway 30. So, there's Boundary Bay Airport right there. It's in sight. I have a visual approach on it. Once I get more halfway around Point Roberts, I will begin my left turn and my descent into the Boundary Bay Airport. Switch back over to my cockpit, and yeah, I'm not a little too high, so I should cut back the power, begin my descent. I love flying all sorts of aircraft on this flight simulator. Cessna is great for flying around Vancouver, but if I like to go anywhere else, I can switch over to my Boeing 737, which I'm quite experienced in flying that on the simulator, not in real life. Although I always have this dream about flying an actual plane, see if it's somewhat like what it is to experience on the simulator. Now begin our left turn over towards the final approach onto runway 30.
Romeo Juliet Romeo, clear to land, runway 30.
Oh, look at that, we're clear to land already. Alright, because there's no other aircraft in the area that are planning on landing at Boundary Bay, so we're clear to land.
Runway 30, Cessna Romeo Juliet Romeo.
So we can take our time to get there. There's our airport, just off to the left there. So I could probably make my left turn to 030. Lower to 1,000 feet. There we are. Getting close to the runway. The runway's over there. Off our flight path a bit. Gotta keep an eye on my maintain 030. And lower flaps. Flaps 1. Because we're below 1,000 feet. Okay. Leveler out. And for turn final to runway 30. And lower full flaps. There's my runway. Runway's in sight. All off to the right here. Okay. And I can begin my descent to the runway. A little bit of a crosswind here. And flare up. And we're down.
Cesna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, turn next taxiway.
Flaps up. I usually taxi down to the end to make my turn.
Cesna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, turn next taxiway.
There we go. Okay, slow her down a little bit. We'll be exiting the runway here.
Cesna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo, contact ground on 124.3.
Roger that.
Going to 124.3. Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Boundary Bay ground. Cessna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Request taxi to parking. Cessna, Charlie, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha. Cessna, Romeo, Juliet, Romeo.
Okay, so we're clear to taxi into the ramp, and they've designated a parking stall for me, so I just got to follow the yellow line to my parking stall. looks like I'm parking over in the far end of the run of the airport. Usually it gives me the first area, but today we're going to be parking down at the far end. And there we go. Turn off my engines. There we go. Lights off. And there we go. We've successfully landed at Boundary Bay Airport. Thank you very much for watching, and if this video turns out okay, I'll be posting it. So have a great day. Thank you, and bye-bye.